What's up, guys? Lefty here with your daily sports betting picks for Monday, August 16th. Gave a little back yesterday, and I was looking at the season numbers last night. Got a record of 79, 69, and 11. There's been 159 games I bet for these daily plays, and we're plus 16.5 units. But over 2 months ago, on June 10th, we were basically plus 15.5 units. And it's tough to think I've only gained 1 unit in the past 2 months, but I also know how hard it is just to break even betting baseball. And I know some really sharp baseball bettors, way sharper than I'll ever be. And they're down like 20 or 30 units this year. And I know some guys that bet baseball for a living that just stopped altogether. They think baseball has been solved, meaning the edge in baseball is just so small it's not worth betting, at least when it comes to sides and totals. Betting props and first halves and stuff, those guys crush those. But my point is expectations. If you have a week where you break even, you got to know that that's better than most. We all want to win and go up big, but giving it all back the next week or the week after does you no good. It's a grind. You want to chip away, but more importantly, maintain. Now, for today's plays, today was one of those days where it was just tough to narrow down my list. I have a 2-unit play today. I have a parlay, and I do have some straight bets. I'm not going to do a deep dive into each one because I don't want this video to be 20 minutes long. So I'll quickly discuss the games, give a few reasons, and I'll recap at the end. But the first game up, we got A's, White Sox, Montez, and Keuchel. And I'm going to do something different in this one. This is a game where I believe one outcome strongly correlates with another outcome. I don't normally like betting both a team and a total in the same game, but in this game, I feel like an Oakland win is more likely to happen with a higher scoring type game. And if this game was priced solely on the starting pitching matchup, Oakland would be in that minus 130 range. The White Sox are just such a fan favorite. They're an easy team to back, a legit World Series contender. They put up runs, but you can find good spots to bet against teams like this. And in my opinion, there's no better spot than to fade Keuchel. Over his last 8 starts, he has an ERA close to 6. And Frankie Montez has just been a stud. In his last 8 starts, he's got a 2.6 ERA. Opposing batters are only hitting 206 off him. And it's been against some of the league's best lineups, like the Giants, Red Sox, Astros, Angels, Padres. So I like Oakland to win this game. And I don't think Montez and the Oakland bullpen will just completely blank the White Sox offense. So I do see some runs in this one. I think Oakland can get on Keuchel early and eventually get into the middle part of that White Sox bullpen. So I'm going to go Oakland as a small favorite here for a half unit. And I'm going to do a half unit on the over 9 runs. And then I'm tying them both up into a parlay, Oakland and the over half unit to win 1.15 units. So it's 1.5 units total on this game, 3 half unit plays. Next game up, we're going to Kauffman Stadium with the Royals. They're going to be hosting the Astros. Odorizzi is going to go for Houston and Hernandez for the Royals. We all know how good Houston is. They can put up runs, but the Royals, not so much. In the month of August, the Royals are averaging roughly 2 runs per game. And even though Odorizzi isn't a stud, he doesn't have to be against the Royals lineup. So I don't expect KC to do much offensively, but what about Houston? Well, I think they can be held in check by the Royals starter. Carlos Hernandez has been awesome. In his last 3 starts, he's only allowed 2 runs in over 17 innings, and it was against the Yankees and the White Sox twice. So just as long as the Royals don't magically get a new lineup between now and tonight, and Hernandez can continue to do what he's been doing, I think we see a lower scoring type game. So I'm going under the 10 runs in this one. Most books opened this total at 10.5. Sharp Money's moved it to 10, and I still like it there. So let's lock in KC Houston under 10 for the second official play. For the last game, I'm going 2 units here on this one, and we're going to the thin air of Coors Field for a game between the Padres and Rockies. It's showing to be determined for the Padres starter, but I have it Ryan Weathers listed as the starter there, and the Rockies are going to go with Sensatilia. This one points to a shootout. The total's 12.5, which is about as high as it gets, but it's high for a good reason. When I look to confirm bets, I want both the market analysis and game theory to check out, and that's what I have here. Game theory, assuming it's Ryan Weathers. He's been really, really bad lately, and Sensatilia isn't good, but he actually should be worse. His numbers are better than he actually should be. He just hasn't faced a good offense at home in months. We know the Padres have some pop in their lineup, but but a lot of people don't realize just how good Colorado is at home. They absolutely mash the ball, and they have been all year. But if we look just since June 1st, the Rockies are the best home hitting team, number one in OPS, number one in batting average, 301, number one in batted balls in play, or BATPIP and WOBA, number one K rate with 17%. They're just a different offensive team at Coors Field. And I like the over here a lot. The market agrees. Most books open 12, and there's action coming in on the under. We see under percentage, which is bet percentage, and it's 68% of the bets on this game is on the under, and the money is 75% on the under as well. So why did the books move this line up from 12 to 12.5? With all the under bets and money. This is called a reverse line move, and it's a sharp money indicator. Anytime we see bets and money lopsided on one side, but the line move the other way, it's a reverse line movement. And remember, the books don't care what the public is betting. They only care what the sharps are betting, and they want to be on the sharp side. So they're okay with all the under action, and they're even saying, go ahead, bet more. We'll even make the price better for you. So market checks out here. I think we see a couple big innings in this game to put this one over the 12.5. So I'm going 2 units here. I know it's tough betting overs with such a high total. But it's the book's job to try to get you off the right side. Now, I'm looking at the screen right now, and I do see some books moving to 13. But by the time this video is uploaded, if you guys go to bet it and you can get 13, you might want to only go 1 unit. But if you have access to multiple books, you should be able to get a 12.5. But I'm going 2 units here for 12.5. If it's just 13, like widely available or painted 13, I'll probably just end up making it a 1 unit play. But I mean, I am down on over to 12.5 here. So just to recap really quickly, we got 4.5 total units at risk tonight. The Oakland-Chicago game, we have 3 separate plays, all for a half unit. Oakland money line half unit, the over 9 for a half unit, and I tied them both up into a 2-leg parlay. Oakland money line over 9. This parlay should pay plus 230, so I'm going half unit to win 1.15 units. Then we got the 1 unit on the under 10 in Houston KC game, and finally the 2 unit play over 12.5 Padres Rockies. If you can only get 13, you'll have a decision to make. I recommend playing it as just 1 unit, but at 12.5, I'm good with 2 units. And that's going to do it for today. Hope you guys crush it. And until next time, good luck with all your bets. And as always, may all the umps calls go your way.